In this video, we discuss the program management section, where you can import all your multimedia content. First of all, you can check the paths that are authorized for import. This is done by clicking on the icon located at the top right, just below the X to close the application, where you can find the server settings. At this point, a window will open displaying the existing paths, where you can add or remove paths. Using the Add button, you can add a new path. As for the master and slave, you can specify the backup path and the main path. For example, to indicate the root of our main path, we can use a letter like Z without the slash. Finally, you can further specify the path. For example, using a slash allows you to take all the content from the Z disk or specify just one folder. Once back in the program management section, from the list button, you can see all the already imported programs. To import new content, simply press the New button and select the appropriate option in the drop-down menu of the trim to open the desired path. Once the window is open, you'll see a list of your assets already present in the system. Assets with a green checkmark indicate that the file still exists, while those with a red checkmark mean that the file is no longer present in the path you've imported from. To import a file, use the Scan Asset button. If you wish to modify an already imported file, there's the Modify button. This is important because imported files are automatically marked with in and out points from the original clip. If you want to modify them before importing them into a program, click on the desired file and then on the Modify button. At this stage, you can change the name, description, assign a category, set an expiration date, and add notes. In the trim window, you can set the in and out points that will be the default when you use this content in a program. To exit this window, press the ESC key. Finally, to import content, use the Scan button. Here you'll see all the paths you've set up in the video server section. You can work in two ways, either by selecting the path and pressing OK, thus importing all the files present in that folder, or by manually selecting the files you want to import. In both cases, existing files will be updated as needed. Once we've imported our clips into the asset archive, we can proceed to create the actual program. We use our manager and start the program creation process by clicking the New button. We enter the title and select the ministerial category, which is fully customizable and indicates the type of program we are creating, such as a talk show or a movie. With the New button, we can also add new categories. For modify or delete categories, you can press Option button and then select Category ES. After doing this, we need to enter an estimated duration for the program. This is useful because we can create programs that initially don't contain any files and then add them later. At this point, we can either save the program or start adding content. To add content, we use the Trim window and the Asset button. Here we will see our list of important elements and choose the event that will be loaded. We can also create in and out points and adjust the audio if necessary. This will affect the audio volume during playout as well. Finally, to add the content to the program, we press the Add button. An episode will be created, which can be further modified by double-clicking on the name. Each episode can consist of multiple parts, such as the main part, the introduction, and other divisions that we can create. For example, this is our first segment, and I can go back to the asset archive to create a new film segment as the second part of the program. To do this, simply press the Add button and continue in this manner for other segments. The program can also be made up of different episodes. For example, I could go back to the asset archive, select another clip, and add it to my list. With drag and drop, you can reorder the items as you wish. You could also create a new episode, simply by pressing the appropriate button and assigning it a number. From this point, you can add your content, and the episode will be created. With a double click, you can also rename the episode. In the next parts of the tutorial, we will see how to complete the episodes and how to add secondary events. In this first part, we will see how to add pre-rolls and controls that will be played before our episode, for example, to be used as opening and closing credits. To do this, go to the appropriate section, add your content, and at this point, these elements will be inserted at the beginning and end of my episode.